Hello, hello, hello. Hola. It is 7:15 and I need to work out. So I'm like, why not we work out, right? I was supposed to go to this place called the Broken Bottle, I think, and I decided not to go because I don't feel good. I also went to the doctor earlier, this clinic, and I'm still in pre-diabetic range. They said my goal for my age is supposed to be 5.7, and right now I'm at a 6. But I ate at that time, so it could be higher. It could be actually diabetic, now that I think about it. You have to not eat for 8 hours when you take the test. So technically I don't know what my numbers are. I can be diabetic right now. That's something I'm going to take in mind tomorrow, because I can easily just go back. Excuse me. I can easily go back and get an accurate test. So anyway, we should work out. For those that have found my videos and we're working out together, let's not think too hard. The goal is 5.7. I'm already eating healthy. Yeah, I've been eating bad for like all last week, if it's safe to say. So, but other than last week, I've lost. Hi, my name is Darkest. I've lost. I've lost. How much was it? 96, right? And 301. So I've lost 16 pounds. But to be fair, 10 pounds of that was from built up fluid and feces. So really I've only lost 6 pounds. Yay for me. Even still, don't down yourself. It's 6 pounds, right? But yeah, I want to work out, and we're going to try something new, because breathing is important, and you can't breathe and talk. So I'm going to actually just save myself some trouble, and I'm going to just put the different workouts and the times that they start in the description. Right? So that's how I'm going to do this one. But I still want to work out together. It's good for us. It's good for us, right? Longevity. I am 29 at this point. Little bit about me. Okay, people say that it happens in life, right? So, gonna go crazy a little bit and say that it doesn't comfort me to be like, oh yeah, everybody goes through it. That doesn't make me feel better, in my body, in my life. So I know people are gonna be like, what? But hey, maybe on a different subject, but not this one. So my mom died when I was 23, and I just turned 23. And I remember the day, but I've seen people do crazy stuff. And she was 46, so very close to 50, but she had been having health problems since she was 20 something years old. So I don't think I'll make it to 46, and I don't think I'm gonna make it past 46, which is terrifying. But okay. Oh my gosh, I've been holding back tears all day. But I just I know what I saw with my mom is that my mom never stopped trying. She was always trying to improve her health. Whenever she could, whenever she had the money, me and her, we would go to the gym. She would buy DVDs. We'd work out at home. She never encouraged me to eat sweets. So yeah. I'm trying to figure out why my laptop is flickering. But so in that spirit, no matter what, I'm just gonna keep trying, right? Alright, so I'm gonna go get my soup out of my microwave because it is gonna keep going off. It goes off every 90 seconds. So, alright. So yeah, my soup, for those, you should try it. It's healthy. It is today because it's the cheapest meat I could afford, even though I can't afford anything. Because I have no more SNAP, so every dollar is down. Anyway, so I have ground turkey, lean. And it's half and half tap water, half purified water. It's apparently important to drink tap water, just so you know. there are ingredients that are added to tap water for human health. If it wasn't in, and you should actually look it up, because I saw a science program, and they're like, the body needs, like, you don't, like, look up the actual number that's healthy, but the body needs, like, a large amount of, like, vitamins and minerals or some shit. And if it wasn't for the government putting this stuff in our water, we would be solely dependent on the food that we eat. And being solely dependent on the food that we eat, it would make our chances of dying much higher. So, still watch the water, don't just ignore the water and be like, okay, we're gonna fully trust you or whatever. Because when we've done that, they've slipped up. So you always want to watch them. You always want to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do. But, being solely dependent on our food for nutrients, for essential substances like fluoride, it'd be bad. Like it used to be. But they started putting it in the water, and then it wasn't bad anymore. So just keep all that in mind. So anyway, I'm supposed to be working out. I don't know if I should eat. You know what? Okay, I'm going to be a good example, actually, because just so you know, before any idiot, don't even start with me, okay? Don't even start with me. I have been working out since I was a child. True enough, my expert level is from experience of doing this since I was a kid. But I am not an expert. I know I can help someone who's young and healthy and that hasn't had a COVID shot. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I know I can help them lose weight with what I have to say, but now I am 29. So the aging weight loss process so far has been kicking my ass. And so far it hasn't been good. So I'm going to display what I am used to, because that's all I can do, right? And I'm going to eat first and make sure I'm hydrated, and then we'll get into this workout. I'll be pausing here and there because we know how to eat. I have to say that don't be unappreciative, and if you look back, it'll help you see things in a different light. Have you found me somebody that is trying to, in this case, help? Then that means you found somebody brought to you by a guy. This guy, he dealt with crazy things, unimaginable things, but he did it because he knew that the world had to change, that things were not right. And he lived his life just trying to change whoever he met to be better for the sake of themselves and for the sake of everyone around them, for the future of their children. As far as I know, as far as is written, because I wasn't there, so I don't know. Or I should say, the me that was there, I didn't, I wasn't conscious. Why would I say that? Okay, I mean, partially the me that was there, but partially not. But I would say that part because we know, we can see our kids, they're mirrors of us. They have personality differences, but they're mirrors of us. They look like us. Sometimes they talk like us. Sometimes their faces are spitting images of us. You're literally looking at yourself. So with that, we know the only real way to reincarnate is through our kids. But the guy that started all this, that brought me here to you today, I get it for those who are trying to be more correct with how things were pronounced by the native people in that time period. But honestly, for me, it's hearsay. You don't know. So I will do the English pronunciation of the name Jesus. So that's just what I'm going to do. Okay? Okay. So, saying about that peace, the goodness, changed the people that went and led to me, which leads me to do this video for my own will. And then you found the video, so it's all good. I'm looking at this family. Oh my gosh, there's another baby. There's a third baby. And let me tell you something. The guy that I'm looking at, he's obese. He's very obese. He's very old. Gotta say something else. Being honest, the children are boogled. The children are boogle-tastic. Boogle-tastic, meaning the children are shockingly, like, when I saw this, I was like, you've got to be kidding. I didn't think that anything like that could be real. So, the children are so ugly. I thought it was just his baby mom. I thought she was the only ugly one. Then I saw the daughter. Mama's baby. Daddy's baby, right? Because the kid does not look like the dad. The child looks like just like her. And the child is shockingly ugly. I'm telling you, it's shocking. It's literally like that thing, the show Seinfeld, when the guy was so shocked at how ugly the baby was, he didn't want to hold it. He didn't even want to look at it. He didn't even want to be in the same room with it. Like, it's just shocking. You wouldn't expect that type of face. People have to grow up, right? But you just wouldn't expect that face. So, just saying, just being honest. So I'm just saying for the record. But yeah, what changed the world and what got me here was Jesus. And one thing that we get, like a benefit package, right? One thing we get with Christianity is free will. Well, we get that with being humans. Excuse me, I misspoke with that. Because religion does want us to change. I'm still eating. But yeah. So that's what I wanted to say. And it came to my mind because, a terrible, deceptive female, like, she's literally like, what does this or that have to do with me? So I want to make these videos, and what it has to do with me is exactly the same thing that Jesus decided to do. He just saw that there was an issue, and he just hated it. And he knew that things had to change. He knew that sitting there and crying wasn't going to change anything. It hasn't changed anything. It hasn't made anything better. So, me sitting around saying, I don't want to get, I'm pretty sure I'm already ghost banded. Banned. Because when I went to the hospital and I came back, all my accounts, I couldn't even get into them. And any other time they'd be open. They were open before I left. So, I'm just letting you guys know that I'm using my free will to help how I can and how I feel comfortable. And one of the ways I feel comfortable So, before we start, because it's getting pretty late, I want to advertise that I make clothes. I sell them. I make them for myself, which means they're going to be me size, whatever size I am. And then I sell them. Because I'm a small business owner, they're sold for, because I'm a small business owner, I'm only selling it for $5. $5 plus shipping. When I make the custom clothes for the individual patron, that is $20. That's $20. But the clothes are custom. They're custom, freshly made. I either order the fabric or I already have some, but I personally acquire the fabric. I personally measure your body, and then I personally make the clothing for you. And all of that with purchasing a fabric with your measurements. All of that is $20. Now, you can't beat a price like that. You can tell me your measurements, or if I decide to, I'd be happy to go and just measure you. So, along with custom clothing and me selling already made clothes, made by me, my brand, I have a blog. It's called Truth 6464, and there you can find out things that I'm talking about that bother me. But most importantly, once I link it, because I'm still working on that, you will be able to find magazines. Oh, excuse me. Let me say it correctly. Magazines. So that way we can all be on the right page. Let me practice what I'm talking about. Magazines. You can find those magazines. You can find my books, which some of them are just extensions of my magazine, and some of them are personally written stories. I'm a new brand, so it's gonna be a little light. However, I am currently writing, so hopefully you guys will pop in. From time to time and see what I have going on. Just so you know, my opinion about the whole spelling situation. I like logical spelling. Now, we already know 2025, people go to college. Pretty much everybody has gone to college. Some people have gone to college multiple times. And, you know, now we already know education isn't good enough to get a job. Social standing It's pretty much like the new way to get a job. But having friends that want to hurt you, that's not easy. True, they're not hitting you. Sometimes they do hit you. But it's pretty much emotional, but my emotions matter. To me, clearly. So, yeah. So I move and decide that we should do logical spelling. Let's go over this again. No more social pressure. Other countries do it. They say, we don't spell things like that around here. We don't do things like that around here. They do it their country's way. So America, can we get back to America's way of doing things? And when someone says, well, I'm from blah, we do it like that, you just tell their ass, so? Like, we're in America. We can be socially considerate towards you, but not like unofficial like paperwork and stuff. You just have to understand. So, I'm doing logical spelling. My logical spelling is for example, I before E, except after C. But if I's first, I'm going to say I first. They don't even fully follow the I before E bullshit. I'm doing the 2 vowels rule. Whichever vowel is first in line, it gets said, while the second does not. But it's the reason why that vowel is saying, the first vowel is saying its name. We need to get to some logic. No more stupid nonsense ass extra E's for no damn reason. It's just there because. What does this E do? This E doesn't do anything. No more stupid ass E's. So with following logic spelling, it is what it is. I think I'm gonna make another change to my magazines and books. Basically, so I can actually sell them. I'm gonna put just the emphasis in that box. It's gonna say logic spelling, and then the other book is gonna say English spelled. English socially spelled. And then the books that I actually wrote, my originals, are going to say logic spelling. Because there's no reason anymore to make spelling difficult. It was a way to separate the educated from uneducated, the smart. One of the pillars of showing intelligence is being able to remember. But that doesn't matter anymore. People are going to college. People are finishing high school. That's not even good enough to get a job as a server anymore. None of that. Going to college, all that stuff, It's not even enough to get a serving job. So now it's time to drop the bullshit. It's time for logical spelling. Because we're just making our lives hard for no fucking reason. And that makes sense. That's logical. So, if I change my mind on that, and I'm there to change it, I'll update that in the comments. Maybe even in the title. But for right now, this is how I feel. This is what it is for me, with me. Alright, let's start working out. It's been a long time. One more thing. I'm gonna actually grab like writing material, writing tools. So just as promised, I can make sure to write down those different parts so I can put it in my description. Alright. And know that my goodness comes from my genetics. Great, resilient, strong, smart, communicating women like myself. And again, brought to you and hopefully, in a way, but hopefully the world. My care is from Jesus. My goodness is inspired by Jesus. By looking through his life, what he had to go through, what his mother went through. Like, it sucks but it's in the Bible. Some people are going to be perfectly good people, and they're going to suffer. They're going to die. They're going to pass, and they never deserved it. It's not about that. You have to have the heart in you to make better choices. I don't. Right before we start, I don't respect people that hurt animals, because the animal is innocent. It's just as good as you. It's just as innocent, if not more, right, than you. So don't hurt them, because that's crazy as hell. That's literally crazy as hell. Okay, so even though it comes from the women before me, the minds before me, I wouldn't be standing here today if it wasn't for that guy, Jesus. If it wasn't for them, his story, his mother's story, I believe in this part right here. If the women around me didn't read and learn about Jesus' mother and him, they would have never been at peace. I'm still young. I don't have any peace. I'm angry. And rightfully, by the way. But I am over others thinking they can just make me angry. You know, I'm not a button. I'm not a game. So anyway, we're gonna start. Remember, I'll try, but I don't see me announcing the next workout. I also don't have technology to preview it. So I'll think of something probably real quick. So I'm gonna pause, think of something, and then come back. So I have devised a piece of paper. That's my device, and I will just point to the workout that I'm going to do. Okay? I'm just going to walk up to the camera probably and just point to it. These are all of the workouts we're going to be doing. I will verbally announce real quick, hopefully. First, we're going to do walk in place. Then we're going to do bent over weighted pullbacks, 40 reps, 2 sets. We're gonna walk in place again. We're going to do standing crunches. We're going to run in place, and then we're going to end walking in place. That is the plan. Let's see if we can do it. That's how my body likes to do it. So, all right. We're going to start. So I'm gonna write it down. that I started working out at, like, literally writing start at 45:30. It's not 45:30, but it's close enough. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so we're starting with walking in place. We're gonna walk in place as long as I say. I don't have my phone, so I'm gonna go get my phone. Now, why is it hard to say this, being a smart, logical person? It's hard because, for one, I'm a woman, so I know about the disrespect of women. I don't want to discount my grandmother, who I watched work and put up with crap. Well, I didn't watch her put up with crap, but she said that she put up with crap, and I believe her. So that's what happened. But I did watch my mom, and discount, I'm not gonna discount them. So for those that don't like me being very clear, and it's funny, they're gonna say, we don't like you being very clear and explaining thoroughly, just to come back later on and to say that I wasn't clear, and to say that I didn't explain things well enough. So, that fun time. Normally I would do cardio longer, but we're still walking in place. I'm going to do walking in place for 5 more minutes. I know. This is basically your warm-up. You know, just so you know, I'm comfortable with identifying as male. This old chick went out of her way with no reason, because I'm a nice woman. I guess you could say I'm quiet by nature, so there was no reason for that. But she just came out of nowhere, and she's just like, she called me a man. So, but I'm like, I took it, I ran with it. I'm like, and now I'm getting criticized, etc., from bastards that call themselves Christians, because this woman is calling herself a man and she's completely comfortable with it. Nah, they only want to call you a man when it's insult, right? When the woman is comfortable, right, seemingly so, then that's when it's a problem. That's when you're doing something wrong. I'm not blaming myself anymore. Being a nice, quiet, pretty person, I'm always getting fucked with. Nothing is ever good enough. They just always have to fucking pick at you and bother you. And I'm sick of crying about that so much, because I am a great person, and I'm crying for myself, because I've just always been good and I've never deserved that. And even those that have done so much worse, and they still act like I deserve it. And then they'll say, oh, we're not saying you deserve it, but you're doing it. So if you're doing it, you think that's what I deserve. 2 minutes and 30 seconds exactly now. We were walking in place a little bit, so I guess we're gonna just move on. It's completely fine. Alright. So now we're gonna do that. Bent over weighted pullbacks. And 40 R times 2S. 40 reps, 2 sets. That is your your introduction. If you, depending on how old you are watching this, that's your introduction to algebra right there. 40 R times 2S. Bend. 1 up. That's 20 per arm. Ten. Alright. 10. So that's 30 already. Now this is 40.
Okay. Good.
10. 40. That was 40 reps per arm. Now I said 2 sets, right? So, since it's 2 sets, let's just breathe real quick. Take a sip of water, start on the last set, and then it's on to the next exercise. 20. Last 20 sets. I'm not really bending down. You still have to bend down. But if you're like me and your body just isn't having it right now, then I guess we'll just have to stand up straight. That was 40 in total. 2 sets. Alright. So let's walk in place again. Like I said, it's 4 different workouts, but we're walking in place twice. So technically, 4 different workouts, but we're doing 5 workouts. Walking in place twice. And we're gonna stop when I say stop. I can't say that the next exercise is standing crunches. And prepare yourselves because we're doing 40 R times 2S. What does 40 R times 2S equal? What does it equal, including the letter? Is it 1 letter or 2 letters? If it's 2 letters, which one goes first? If it's 1 letter, which letter is it? R or S? S or R? I live in like a kind of a kid heavy government worker heavy, but also a kid somewhat heavy area. So if any, of course, adults are watching this and it's like, that's completely out of place. Like, hey, this is what happens when work comes home with you. Alright, we're gonna move on. Let me just get my stuff together. And I'm gonna make sure I post this right away. So far, I'm liking this video. 40, go get some water. The last 40, if you're having difficulty, perfectly acceptable, are these crunches. But notice that they're different from side crunches, okay? These crunches, see how this is forward? These crunches are forward. It's literally hitting the sides of your stomach. Alright? Alright. Don't forget to breathe. If you already counted to 40, I realized that I messed something up, so I lost my train of thought. My mom always said, if you can't remember, do it again. So that is, I'm gonna call that 40, because I know I just went over. But anyway, in the meantime, you know what, I'll save it for after. I don't want to, but I'll save it for after. Alright, we're about to run in place, just like I promised. You know I have to turn the timer on for that one. So just for the video, I'm going to do 6 minutes. But if we were doing a live class, which I also offer free live classes with a optional donation, of course. I will be posting which parks I will be doing them at and what times I'll be there and all that good stuff, so any viewers can participate if they would like to. So yeah. We're about to run for 6 minutes in place, and then we're gonna end with walking, and then I have one last point to bring up, and then we're gonna say good night. Alright, let's go. So I guess I'll bring it up right now. So, not only with me doing workout classes in the park, custom clothing, pre-made clothing for sale at crazy prices you can't get unless you are doing some major work. But also, and I write. I'm gonna be covering some songs. I'm supposed to start tonight. I'll start with a quiet song, because, you know, I want to do things. It's my enjoyment, but I want others to enjoy it also. But it's for my enjoyment, and just individuals I would rather not be involved, you know. We have 5 minutes left, so but yeah, and if you could only walk in place, just go ahead. But along with those workout classes in the park, I'll also be offering another part to my company that I am doing. Now note, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be on camera because 4 minutes left. You're going to be on camera because I want to post that content online. However, I will be taking donations for my services. However, for right now, because I just want to spread my business, I'll be offering it for free. And this is a massage. Not just a massage, people. I want to do a full spa treatment. So that means I'll be sitting in a park on a blanket with little bowls, some towels, and I want to do a face treatment. I want to do probably 1 or 2. Then I will end wiping your face with a water-based something. Whether it depends on what I have. Maybe I might use water-based, no perfume added wipes. That's what I personally like to use. Or I could just have a bottle of purified water and wipe your face down. And we can end moisturized or not moisturized. And you can massage or not massage. With a optional donation. My suggestion, however, is at least $10. I will do everything I can. I'm very receptive. So if there's 2 minutes left, if there's something you don't like, if there's something that you can't have done, it doesn't matter. For my sake, I would just have a waiver signed, written by me waiver that just says you won't try any legal action against me if I post a video of you online or from the services you're receiving today on that day. And that's it. That is it. I'm literally just starting out. I mean, if you were to ask professionals, this would be hobby level at this point. Hobby level. I'm bored. Let me do this. That's what they would classify it as. So I say, get it while it's hot. Have a good time while it's out. What can you find for free that's actually enjoyable these days? Except sunlight. You know, we're getting to the point where they're not even clean air isn't even going to be free. They want us to wear masks. If you go to Chicago, that's what they're saying on the radio. They're saying wear masks when the air quality is bad. And I'm like, Earth's air quality has never been bad. I mean, it has, for the dinosaurs and shit like that. But 1 minute, 57 seconds, 55, 50. So, but as far as when humans start showing up, Earth's quality's never been bad. Earth takes care of itself. Earth loves itself. No, it's you. It's you that want to drive that car. And I said it before in other videos, and I'll say it again. The government won't mess their money up by telling people that they can only drive about 3 to 4 days a week because the earth cannot take the pollution. But they feel no problems with thinking they can lord over women's bodies. Males put women in positions to have sex, even for romantic consideration. So We're done with running. Yeah. I'm so happy to be done. But yeah. So women have to do what they have to do. Now, don't get me wrong. Abortions and pills and all that, it's dangerous for women. But it's still not cut and dry. The best thing a woman can do is take that morning after pill, less poison, less chances of complications. But you can't take it regularly, though, just so you know. This one woman, she took a morning after pill because she thought it'd be like more potent or something, instead of taking birth control pills. She did that for like a year, and of course she ended up in the hospital. Me, I'm thinking with a guy, I'm thinking like, like people used to have to think in like cowboy days and just other centuries. You can just not make sure you don't ejaculate inside of the woman, or you can have your fun, have your passions for probably about 3 months, and then she takes that pill. She's gonna be sick. It's a touchy time for her right now. There won't be any sex for like a couple weeks to a month. But then after that month, it's 3 months of fun. So it's just crazy for me how they, again, don't feel anything bad about, hey, you can't drive. You can only drive 3 to 4 days a week, but you feel no problems with bothering women. So that's just bullshit right there. So yeah, we did standing crunches, we did run in place, we're going to walk in place as long as I want, and then we're gonna end it right there. All right. So yeah, we're going to start it in 1 second. And you're gonna see that, you're gonna make a comment about it, and even though I just talked about it earlier, logical spelling, there's no such thing in the English language as ruining. There is no such word in the English language as ruining. So you cannot be ruining anything. You can only be running. Run-ing. The action is ing. Okay? No 2 N's. That's stupid. In terms of English, that is fucking stupid. Because there's no such thing as ruining in English. There's only running. Okay? So you can't be saying a word that does not exist in your language. Okay, what is running? Go ahead. Define it. There's no such thing as running. So yeah, if you would like to inquire about this, you can post a comment on my blog. One of them. It's called Why Lie. The email address you can find it is called truth6464. I already introduced walking, so everyone should be walking. I should be writing 1:15. But yeah, you can inquire on there. I will respond when I see it. I can also be contacted on my Instagram, which is called Darkest G on Instagram. So you can message me on there. where you can ask for my approval to message me, because I don't just let anyone message me. Or you can post it on my blog. You can put it in the comments here on YouTube. All the good stuff. I would love to get into massage techniques, what people want to see. I would love some interaction. I live in Chicago, so I would have to vet as much as possible and not meet creepy people. But yeah. So, what else? Yeah, just like some interaction, some feedback. Let's stretch. We're still walking. Yeah, it's been I think it's minutes. Yeah, it's 3 minutes. This is pretty much a cool down walk. So, I guess we can stop here. So let's stretch. Anyone that doesn't want to stretch, good night. It's been really good. Anyone that does want to stretch, then we're about to stretch. And we're gonna drink some water, and we're gonna finish whatever food we have left. People always think at this size you don't have any sort of food issues, and that is not true. And by me speaking, you will now know that. If you're looking at my room and being like, what the fuck is that shit about? Well, I've said so many times, I'm not comfortable with it, but here I go. I'm going through all of my property, and I am breaking down my property because I have signed the papers, and I know for a fact that I am going to be homeless as of the 30th of June. If there are any apartment owners, apartment building owners in watching this video, hit me up, because I obviously will need somewhere to live. I've never been homeless in my life. Hey, this might be a little bit weird for you, but I've never been homeless in my fucking life. I've been homeless one time. It was for 2 days and 1 night, but I've never been homeless alone. So, wow. Even saying that, just it's like if I was swimming, a wave just crashed on me. But anyway, I'm going through all my stuff. This is usually, it's not usually what my process turns into, but I'm trying to do a lot of stuff at once. Right here is my sewing stuff. I've been sewing up clothes for my brand, where I sell made clothes by me, with if they have recycled fabric, I'll state that they have recycled fabric, but some of my most biggest and best pieces, those are with fabric that I've purchased, pretty much only because I can never find that much fabric. So my biggest, best, craziest pieces, that is with purchased fabric. You can see a bag, that white and gray package. Hold on. That package is unopened, purchased fabric. So, some of my pieces, my older ones, I've worn them multiple times. I love them. Those are also up for sale. They are dresses, and those are with recycled fabric. But like I said, I'm also buying fabric because you can't always find these fabrics, and they're rare, and why not? Like, the tagline for my stuff is like whatever I use, or the tagline for my brand is like whatever's good enough for me is good enough for you. That's what I'm thinking about. And I'm like, if I know I deserve brand new fabric, right? So, yeah. What are we supposed to be doing? Alright, we're supposed to be stretching, so let's stretch. I'm trying to think, like, should I put this on the charger because it's about to go off? So that's why I went on over there. I'll be right back. But yeah, how much free stuff do you find in the streets these days, especially in Chicago? It's not common. Let me see if I have enough time. Oh yeah, it's at 70. It's at 17%. That's enough time. That's enough time to stretch. So let's stretch. But yeah, when do you find free stuff in Chicago? Oh, that's a stretch right there. Let's stretch. Just bend over. Pull up. So your spine can feel it and sink to your knees. Whoa. So yeah, this is my sewing stuff. That's extra fabric for other projects. Those are not recycled. Those are past purchases by me. Yeah. What else? Those are all of my DVDs. I purchased those. Yes, when I was a kid. I'm taking that sewing machine apart. They have an old thing, a whole saying. They said, you'll never know how pissed off a woman is until she takes everything apart piece by piece. So, yes, I am pissed. So I am making sure I break that damn thing down before it hits the trash. It's the edge of a box right here. It's filled with more brand new fabric, see-through twill, tulle. It's filled with tulle, Tull, lavender and black. And then on top, you can see the edge of it on top. That is a recycled gray fabric. Then on top of that is a sweater dress I made, past purchase from Target. I revamped it, made it my style, a woman style. And it's comfortable, it's soft, I really like it, and of course it's up for sale. Lots of my revamped pieces are going to be let me stretch while I'm doing this. But my revamped pieces are going to be more expensive. Yes, I know what. My revamped pieces are going to be more expensive than my recycled pieces. My recycled pieces are $5 plus whatever the shipping fees are. And if you live in Chicago, then you won't be paying any shipping fees, I guess, so that's good. And then my recycled fabrics, those are going to be, I guess you can tell what's going on by the price, right? Revamped. Alright, so let me stay in this order. Recycled, that's $5 plus shipping. Honestly, if you live in Chicago, it's going to be $5 plus another $5 regardless of shipping fees. But if you live outside of Chicago, then the $5 would just still be like counted in the shipping fees. So like, say for instance shipping fees are $14 for that particular piece. Thank you for purchasing when you do. It's a $5 piece, right? So that's a recycled fabric piece, right? Shipping's $14. It's not going to be $19. It's still going to be $14. So instead of being like making it $19, it would still be $14. If you live in Chicago, it's still going to be another $5, but you don't have to feel weird because I am a small business owner, so there's a good chance I'll be dropping that piece off by hand my own self. So that $5 is going to help me get to your location. If I get any orders while I'm still homeless, that $5 probably would even go to me being able to literally drop it off at your house. Like, that $5 is me getting on the bus. So don't feel weird about it. Not that like an extra $5 is only $10 for a custom piece made by a seamstress, an author, a singer, an actor, a model, etc. But in that particular area has been sewing since oh gosh, I've been sewing probably since I was 12. I can't remember if it was like 11 or 12, but it's safe to say I've been sewing since I was 12. So, and now I'm 29. So that's many years, many years. And I am editing my fashion shoot, but you'll see the pieces that are currently up for sale. Actually, I already posted my fashion show. I'm gonna make sure that it's up, but I actually already posted that, and I think I made a short including one of the pieces, and singing about like, hopefully people like got that it was like convertible or whatever. But anyway, because it fits me so right that it's a dress, but because I'm that type of person, like I just feel like I just need a change right now. It fits me just perfectly. I can just fold it up, and it's a top now, like, come on now, it's a dressy top now. Very, very good. And if it hangs on you and it's a little baggy, maybe you're skinny, I think that's fine. I love when my dresses, like, maybe I lose a little bit, and it's baggy on me, it's hanging, and it's looking more like I'm trying to cover myself with the piece versus just wearing it. I find that, romantic, you kind of thinking, are you in a cabin, or, think it's some weird story, some weird, I don't care if someone said you can't say rape, or it's if you expect to get paid, you can't say that. I don't exactly know. That's just hearsay for me, because you can only monetize or whatever when you have 1,200 subscribers, and I'm not even close to that. So, which is why, some interaction would be great. Then I can know what people want to see. So far, and one more thing I actually wanted to talk about. My Discord. Yes, that's right. Another thing? Yeah, another thing. I have a Discord as well. And that Discord, I know I'm going to want to go over whatever. But, right now, what I have posted to it is fashion related, and that is, this is crazy, but it's a weekly fashion show, a pre-fashion show, fashion discussion, and a design class. The design class, any teachers okay with, hold on a second, any teacher should encourage engagement with their students. So, of course, I'm fine with talking. Oh no, they did not sponsor me. I don't know why I didn't think about that before. Okay. But, so Nothing's doing, fuck. Damn. Like, you're never gonna get sponsored just giving it away for free. Damn. Okay, I'll leave it out because I already said it on another video. Anyway, so yeah, it's just pretty much like fashion related. I will be doing a fashion show of the latest pieces that I have made and past pieces, and hopefully that also displays the piece's durability, me repeatedly modeling it under my brand. I am my only writer, I am my only sewer, my only seamstress, my only pattern producer, my only musician, I am my only everything under my brand. So don't treat it as me, don't treat it as me doing it, basically. Think of it as a model that you don't know doing it. I am a model. When we're talking about my writing, I am a writer. When I am modeling, I am just a model. And then when I do the designer walk, I am the designer. So, but just think of me like when you see that model, just think of it exactly like that. What else? So yeah, on my Discord it's fashion related for right now, but I'm open to talking about anything, but that's what I'm gonna have on there. And I will also be adding a meditation, meditative. I don't know if I want to do a meditative minute or a meditative hour. I literally don't know whether I want to do a minute or an hour. Oh my gosh, not a minute, but like less than an hour and less than 30 minutes. I don't know. I'm probably gonna do like 30 to 45 minutes meditative. Why meditative? Because I plan on just doing different things to relax. That could be soft talking. That could be drinking water. That could be playing you a song that I like, that I find meditative. That could be anything I find relaxing. But my plan for right now is just to have nice lights, and maybe I also am always thinking about putting up like some nice lighting. But and since I am my only customer, I will be self-massaging. I said to act like that. So, my name is Roger. My name is Shanae. My name is Martin Lawrence. I will be massaging a client, so we can all relax. In the fashion thing, I will do my designer walk. My models will come out and model, and it'll be all good. It's 1 hour of fashion power and 15 minutes of fashion pre-show. 15 minutes of fashion pre-show where we speculate, where we talk about past shows, where we share, discuss, go over, bounce balls, and do all that good stuff. Reasons to check in. I think I'm ready. Well, I've already been working on one video where I talk about me making and me helping people like make their sweater and stuff based off of this game series called Persona, and it's just gonna be good. I'm gonna post that, of course, right? But it's gonna be all good. But I'm dreading. I'm about to throw up. This is a box with fabric purchased. You can see the prime box. It's purchased, so it's not recycled whatsoever, which is why I'm taking so long to cut it up and do stuff with it. This is supposed to be a 2-piece that I've seen on Amazon many times, but that one is made out of a sweater, and this one it's more of a fall, spring fabric. It's light and heavy. It's lightly heavy, so it's real nice, but I don't want to mess with it yet because I'm gonna throw up, and because I was busy making custom thread for it, which I have not completed. I've completed the dyeing process. It's what it is, but I still need to soak it in sealant so that way it doesn't come off. But I don't think I'll get to that. Or I can do it with the entire garment. You know what? That's what I was thinking anyway. I'll just sew it with the entire garment, and that way, I'm still soaking this in color protectant, so that's good. So it'll help with the colors to not come off of the whole thing. Alright, so I have introduced all of my workings. I have not introduced my brand, because I don't want anyone to steal it. Can you hold any secret? It's called the L Makes. There's another brand name underneath it, but I don't want anyone to steal it, so I'm going to introduce the L Makes right now, because I can handle losing that. Join me anytime on YouTube. Join me on my Instagram. And on Saturday, and let me remember my own schedule. Thursday or Wednesday. Thursday and Saturday, to talk about what we're going to talk about. But if you don't have anything to do, like I said, Saturday is fashion show day. But I have some really cool stuff that I'm going to talk about on my teaching series. We're going to start with recycling and why you should do it. And it's not what you think. I'm not going to say what you think. You're going to think being earth friendly. It's not what you think. So, you might want to tune in this Saturday, 7:45 for the pre-show, where we speculate what's going to be going on there. It's the first one. I'm trying to get you hooked, so I'm going to try my best in my fashion. In L Makes fashion. I'm going to try and make it the best that I can. So you guys come back. And then click over and join me for the fashion show, Fashion World, at 8:30. I need to switch those times. Oh wait, yeah, I messed up my own times. I think it's 6:45. 6:45 is the pre-show. It's gonna end at 7. Then at 7:30 is the Fashion World with a fashion show. The L Makes fashion show will be starting. First room, it's whatever order I need it to be. I might start with the clothes first. I might start with the teaching first. It all depends on what I need and what I have and all that good stuff. I might need to do the teaching first so that I can actually, finish some stuff before the fashion show starts. Episodes 1 and 2 should be crazy, because once we do 2, now we'll actually, for the pre-show, we'll actually have something to pray about. Fashions to refer to. Oh my gosh, I have this movie playing in the background. Like, what the heck is happening in there? But then I realized that was her butt. That's not exciting. No one wants to see a butt. Alright. I've talked a lot. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Oh. Oh. Ew. I thought there was a woman on the cover. Why did I think I thought there was a woman on the cover? Alright. Thought that was a woman on the cover. Apparently not. But it was a great workout. Thanks if you stuck around this long. I'm not even gonna fucking say that. Thanks for sticking around for this long and getting all the information. Saturday, and I forgot what the other thing is on the other day. But when you show up on Saturday, you will be there the coming week. So I'm not worried about it. Alright. Be there Saturday at 6:45, and then the actual show will start at 7:30. Alright. No. Oh my gosh. It's from the Chappelle Show. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.